Boom, we're recording. All right, so welcome everybody to tonight's team call. I am super, can you guys hear me? Yeah, okay, cool. I'm super excited tonight because we have one of my ultimate favorite guys in this whole company and this whole profession on the call, and he's a dead set legend. To give you a little bit of an intro as to how I met this guy, so I met this guy on our first ever ISA Derby. I was about a couple of months into isogenics, and he was probably about the same. And we won an ISA Derby to Cambodia. So we rocked over to Cambodia with our teams, and it happened to be my 30th birthday on the last night we were over there. And everyone's like, "What do you want to do for your birthday?" I was like, "Everyone, let's go skinny dipping for my birthday." So it's like a cool. This is our first ever trip, our first sort of introduction to isogenics. And none of us even knew each other, so we were all stripping off, jumping in the pool. We had a few drinks, and then the older crew and the kind of civilized crew were kind of inside the hotel, still just having civilized drinks. And there goes Rhys D, streaking through the middle of all of them, like, "Guys, come outside, we're all skinny dipping." And from that moment, I knew that this guy was going to be one of my close friends. Just recently, I was in Croatia. I jumped off my Sail Croatia boat. And I saw on Facebook that these guys were in town, him and two of his other legendary Start Your Life crew. And then they messaged me to say, "Hey dude, oh my God, I saw you did Sail Croatia. Crazy, we've had one of our friends who's meant to be doing Sail Croatia with us, but he has pulled out. And we've got a spare spot if you want to come." I was like, "Say no more, hook us up, I am there." So long story short, ended up going to a festival with them and doing like a sort of second half of Sail Croatia with him and a couple of others of his team. And him and his crew are literally the ultimate examples. They edify Start Your Life. They are, they are exactly what Start Your Life is all about. Young people living extraordinary lives. So without further ado, I'd love to introduce the man, the legend, the nudist, Rhys D.
You're an absolute legend, Gabs. Thank you so much for being on the call. What a freaking, thinking back to that time in Cambodia, like, guys, if I could just impress one thing upon you guys, it would be when Gab says she's running for ISA Derby, link arms with her and just go for it, because they are, like, hands down the most fun holiday. Imagine a holiday where you literally get off the plane and you don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to worry about your transport, about your food, about your meals, about like what you're doing tomorrow, what you've even got to wear. Half the time they give you clothes. It's just ISA derbies are just through the freaking roof. So yeah, it gives me goosebumps just to think about them. They're that much fun.
I know, and the next one is literally like 2 weeks away, so everyone want to be really pumped for this. We're going to kick straight into it because I've got some questions rolling through from the team. Everyone's so pumped to hear from you, Rhys. So I'd love you to firstly share a little bit about your journey. What were you doing before isogenics? How did you get into it? And what have you kind of achieved with the company so far? Just so everyone gets a bit of a taste as to how much of a legend you actually are.
Yeah, guys. So my background before isogenics, I came out, got into the carpentry industry, very similar to Gabs. I was on a very high income as a 24-year-old. I was on a multiple, about 250 grand a year. At the age of 24, I had a massive income. And really, I was introduced. I had a small business. I had 2 franchises. I was invested in shares, property, bought my first property at 18, second at 19, third at 21. I got a multi-million-dollar property portfolio since. And the only reason I sort of say that is to give you an understanding of how much I believe network marketing, how much I believe in the profession of network marketing, because all of that is like put to the side right now. All of that for the last 3-4 years has been put to the side, and my 100% focus is on network marketing. So I gave up my several 6-figure salary to go balls deep into network marketing and really give it my everything. And since then, my first 6 months hit 2-star crystal exec. Really over the, probably $300,000 over the course of the last 3 years. And now it sits on a, very healthy 6-figure income. And now it's just, like last year was 15 countries, like Gab said, saw in Croatia. We're over to Italy, Vegas, Belize, all around the world, 15 countries, about 6 months abroad. Came back into Australia, moved to Melbourne for 6 weeks. Was with my partner down there, broke up, now on the Gold Coast. So really just like when you talk about freedom and living your life by choice, you're deciding that you're going to move to Melbourne go down there, go with your 2 suitcases, and that's all we really need. I'm a very minimalist. I don't have much stuff. And then to be able to be cool, out of Melbourne, straight up back into the Gold Coast, to be with the team. I'm living with some of the team. We're building it. You know, we're going nuts, and I'm just linking arms with these guys and just really in their house, in the grind. They're showing up, so I'm here for them. And just, yeah, next 3 months is going to frickin' blow this thing out of the water. I'm so excited. 2018 is going to be massive for everyone inside Isogenics. Everyone.
That is
going to be huge.
That is so cool. And I know I've got a lot of crew in my team, and their whole drive, their whole, motivation in Isogenics is to travel. So we're talking to the Godfather right now, guys. So, and that's a beautiful segue to my first question for you, Rhys. So first question from my team is, are you single?
As of a week ago, yes.
Yeah.
You're a classic.
There you go, ladies. There was, okay, call over. No. Okay, awesome. All right, next question, Rhys. So I know you mentioned that, network marketing is your number one. You've given up quite a lot of, a great job, great salary. I know you had investments in property and all these other things. Why network marketing? Why is this such a great profession? Why are so many young people leaving the traditional 9-to-5 for this? And how, when you are explaining this, how do you explain it to new people? So say you've got someone that says, oh, hey, tell me about the business. How do you kind of go about painting the picture of what network marketing actually is? Because I think a lot of people in the team are a little bit uncertain about network marketing and their ability to succeed in network marketing. So I'd love to hear your take on that.
So as for why, I suppose a few answers in this question. As for why, for property, property is a great vehicle, but one, not everyone has $60,000-$70,000 to go put a lump sum down on property, right? And even if when you do, I've got 5 properties now, my repayment is about $8,000 a month. I'm only getting $7,000 a month in income from those properties. It's not, even with a multi-million-dollar property portfolio, it's not letting you live your life off the rent, right? Even if you've got, so anyway, that's that, right? Then franchising, my franchises cost me $20,000 each. I had 2 of them. There's 40 grand, right? So that's a very easy conversation to have. They're like, guys, I don't know about you or what you're doing, but I had small business, I had franchise, I had, properties. What have you got to invest? What are you looking to achieve? Really, ultimately, with all these properties, it's stressful. It's stressful with it all. Network marketing, you get to choose when you want to work. You get to choose how you want to work. You get to choose who you want to work with. You get to choose how much money you want to make. You get to, you've got everything given to you. I was in the Uber on the way here because I just picked up my car from the mechanic, and I was talking to the lady, and we're having, Uber drivers are great, right? They're usually pretty motivated. They're out there, they're hustling. And really the explanation was, it's like an online franchise. She said, I said, have you heard much network marketing? She's like, no. I'm like, basically, have you heard of franchising? She's like, yeah. I'm like, it's like an online franchise. We get given the tools, we get given the resources, we get given the websites, we get given the products. We don't have to really worry about anything. All we got to do is share a product. I said, do you like restaurants? Do you share restaurants? And that's literally how my conversation went with her. And from there, I'm like, but ultimately, I just love it because I just knew I didn't want to work the rest of my life. I didn't want to work the 9-to-5. I love traveling, right? And usually when you say, right, I spent 15 countries, 6 months abroad last year. I only just got back. Usually they're like, well, what the hell do you do? Right. And that's when you sort of go into what networking is. It's always a conversation around what network, for me, it's always a conversation around what network marketing is before, with that conversation, by the time I go to the Uber, she doesn't even know we got nutritional products. She just loves the fact of network marketing, that she can travel and work when she wants. So yeah, that's that. Did that answer your question, Gabs? I think there was one more part to that question.
Absolutely. I love that, because where the hell else can you start your own business for what, $400, $500? That's freaking crazy. And yeah. And if you can turn your camera on, turn them on, guys, because it's way better talking to faces rather than blank screens. But how many people, by show of hands, how many people, you guys on this call, put up your fingers and show how many people that outside Isogenics that have the opportunity to earn an unlimited, uncapped income for a business cost of what, $25 a year? And your cost is your food. That is actually insane. When you think about that as a business, if you went to a traditional business owner and asked them, how much did it cost you to start your business? How much did your franchise cost? And ours cost us our food, and we get to do it with our best friends or whoever we want. That is pretty freaking crazy. I love that, Rhys. And, you know, it's just so obvious as to why so many people are turning to network marketing, even property. You know, I was taught, buy properties, that's what you want to do, that's how you're going to get there. I did buy an investment property, and it tied me into my job like a freaking handcuffs. I was like, oh my God, now I can't even leave my job ever because I have to give you this job to give security over my mortgage. So yeah, it's so freaking awesome. Thank you for sharing that. All right, next question. So Nick has really asked, okay, so he said, how do you create value for prospects? Like, he's saying that when he's talking to people and they're like, oh, I don't know, I can't afford isogenics, or, oh, it's a bit steep for me. What are some of the lines that you use to really convey the value of not only the products, but maybe the business tied in as well? Do you have any, how do you create massive value and show how epic this is? Like, what are the words you use?
Yeah, so for me, just to pre-frame it, I'm always getting so clear on what they want to achieve, right? If they're in a job that they don't love, wicked, how long have you been in that job for? How does it make you feel? You know, and I say, who else is it affecting? You know, I understand you don't love your job. How do you think you're going home? Are you going home with high energy positivity, or are you going home negative? Do you think that's flowing on to your family, right? And really, I always try to bring it around. Like, if you're talking to them, there's obviously a need around the business or some more money, or there's a need around their health. And really, you just got to get so clear on what that need is. You know, if you guys haven't seen it, Jacko Parr does a cake. It's called The Cake Recipe to the Why. It's a great video. It'll explain, there's like 7 questions to sort of just get down to deep as to what they want to achieve with their health goals. And then 2, it's the exact same thing with the business. So really, like what I was just saying, you know, if you don't change, I always say to people, like, if you, Jack always said to me, he's like, if I rocked up to someone's house with a Ferrari, right, and said, you got to give me $600 for this for Ferrari, and you can have it tomorrow if you can bring me $600. People are going to find the $600, right? They'll sell something, they'll do something, they'll lend it, they'll do basically anything if they see the value in this, right? So I just want to be real clear on that. As for when you are talking about how do you show value, if we're having a product conversation, then for me, it's quite simple. I'm always relaying back to, wicked, what are you currently spending on your food? Like, what are you currently spending? And some people, like, I'm staying at home. I'm like, well, wicked, this is of you. You know, you're lucky. You're super lucky you don't have to pay for it. This is going to be investment into your health. You know, if we could go through this journey and you could walk out the other side, 10 kilos down, feeling fab, got in your bikini, and you're feeling amazing, you can walk down the street with confidence. What would that be worth to you? Like, what would that be worth to you per day if we could make that happen? Right? And they're always going to, $20, $40, $50? Like, how much would you pay for it per day? Right? And really, then when it comes down to it, I'm like, well, wicked, what we're going to do? I always make sure they are so clear. And I say this to them, I'm like, I want to explain this to you so you understand that this isn't an additional cost. This is just like instead of cost, right? So I let them know, what are you currently spending on your food? And for most, especially for tradies or even, you know, professionals, girl professionals doing stuff, if they're doing something, you know, if they're working or whatever, most people are spending over $30 a day on food. If you're meal prepping, cool. If you're buying one meal out is going to cost you $15, $20, right? If you're getting it on the cheap, eating Subway, right? So I'm just letting people know this is legit a instead of cost. And the worst thing that's going to happen, if you don't like these products, you're able to send them back and get a full refund. Like, you're able to get a money back guarantee. And I make that so clear. I'm so seriously, the worst case scenario is you're probably going to save yourself a couple $100 over the course of the month because you're substituting 1 or 2 meals. Best case scenario is you absolutely fall in love with these products. You get into that bikini that you love, or you get that 6-pack that you've been chasing, and you get to go, if you decide to go create an awesome residual income, and hopefully you get to come travel the world with me next year. Whatever, you know, you're always casting that vision. You know, where are you currently and where do you want to be? And what is going to get you there? And what is going to get you there is isogenics. And we're just lucky it only costs us $20 a day. It's cheap as shit.
Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. I love that. And that cake recipe is really, really powerful. You can look it up on YouTube. But it's just a matter, absolutely. It's just a matter of really finding what they're looking for. And if you can show them that this is exactly what they're looking for, of course they're going to find a couple of $100 to get started. Like if you can show them
Yeah.
not only what they're looking for, but so much more, of course they're going to get started. So I love that. Thank you so much.
I'll just add on there, Gabs, as well. I'll just add, like, I know we're, and a lot of us are, usually we fall into this, and we sort of fall into, not the trap, but we fall into the routine of always leading with the products, right? And always leading with the products, always leading with this, oh man, you know, he doesn't want to lose weight. Why would I talk to him? Let alone he's freaking can't pay his carb bill. Like, he looks great. He probably spends all his money on protein from Nutrition Warehouse and whatever else he puts in his body and freaking clothes, but he's stinging for an extra couple $100 per week. So I just really, like, over the last 6 months particular, it gives me goosebumps. Like, I've been leading with the business so much. If I can get someone excited that they're able to go travel the world and live off residual income and never have to worry about a bill in their life and go create a financial fortress for their family, not just them, but their family for generations to come, they'll freaking learn how to love a shake. Like, seriously, if you can get them that fired up about the business and what we have to offer, they will freaking pour that shake and rub it all over their face. Like, 100%. They'll get all over it. So, like, I just wanted to add that in there. So please, like, just be aware. We have got we've got a financial blessings on our hands here with Isogenics. And you just need to be open about that. You need to be excited about that. You need to scream it from the rooftops and say, yes, I can freaking help you. If you're struggling with money, I can help, right? So I just wanted to really just let people know that.
Awesome. I love that so much, Rhys. That's so cool. Yeah, I just, you know, obviously my crew hear me like harping on about how I do things, but it's so cool to hear, you know, how you explain it. That's wicked. I love the words that you use. All right, next question. So you sprinted to 2-star Crystal Executive in your first, was it 4 months of the company?
Yeah, it was like 4 or 5 months. Yeah, the executive 4 months or something. Yeah.
Yep, awesome. So for you new guys, basically what that means is he shared with at least 10 people and helped the 10 people share with 2. So did you hit all those crystal bonuses along the way, Rhys?
Yeah, I think manager was the only one I missed, but I got director and I got exec. Yeah.
Cool. So he got Crystal Director, which is $750 US, Crystal Executive, which is $1,000 US, obviously the 1-star bonus of $1,000 US, and the 2-star bonus of $2,000 US. All those bonuses on top because he did it fast. Now, what did that look like? You know, sprinting 2-star Crystal Executive in a short space of time. What exactly, because I think a lot of people, they say, oh, I want it, but I don't think they are willing to do what it takes to maybe get there. So what did that look like for you? Trying, you know, running to 2-star Crystal Executive, that's huge. That's an income of around, what, 80 grand a year, 20 commission cycles in a week, which is around, is it $1,200 a week?
Yeah.
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 So what did that look like?
You know, but really like that, or when we're talking about bonuses, and we're talking about the, you know, 1-star, 2-star, the exec, the coolest thing, I was over in Cancun, Mexico for spring break, right? 2014 spring break. I was over 2014, 2015 over there in spring break. And that was my biggest pay month of the whole, since I started, right? So I was over there, I was partying, I was over at spring break, went from spring break to Vegas to Coachella. That whole month, I was definitely not doing any work. I was partying my head off, right? And I looked at my thing and it was like $2,000-$3,000 each week. It was like a $12,000 month while I was over on the other side of the world, not doing any work, right? So I was like, this is ridiculous. So you can imagine when I came back, my excitement was already like 10 out of 10. My excitement was through the freaking roof by the time I got back. And that was one of the biggest things that I always led with. You know, Gab's great for it. She's the same. We're just so excited about this. We're so passionate about this. We just absolutely love it. And we scream it from the rooftop. So when I really kicked off and I really went for it, I'm not going to kid you. I was talking to hundreds of people. I'm doing some follow-ups. Gab, after our call the other night, and you said go back to the people you first enrolled and have a look at those and make contact with them, right? These older people that I've enrolled 3 years ago. I'd done that and I had to look back through our conversations as to what exactly I was talking to them. And I was just sending like you, Gabs, I was like ignorance on fire. I was just like, it's like, what did you say? You're like fire, aim. Right. Yeah. And that's legit what I was doing. And, you know, this is always controversial to a certain extent because, you know, this is a relationship building game. You know, this is a relationship building game. And when I first started, I was like, if you're on Facebook, you're getting a message from me. right? And that's really all it came down. I'm like, we're friends on Facebook. I'm telling you what I'm doing, and no, it's not going to be pretty, and yes, it's going to be direct as shit, and yes, I'm going to have links in there, and yes, I'm going to have Isogenics in there, and yes, I'm going to talk about money, and yes, I'm going to talk about health, but it's in your face, right? So I was literally just like, for me, it was probably 500 people in the space of the first 2 months, probably 1 month. You know, I was like day and night. Like I swear I had like 3 hours sleep for like the first month. And that was no joke, talking like 500 people. So a lot of them said no. I got messages like saying, are you a scammer? Is this even Rhys? Like, what the hell is going on? But after I kept consistent and I kept on posting and I kept on sharing results and I kept on talking about the income and I kept on talking about my, my upline and my sidelines and this movement and what I was doing in residual income and just educating people, they're like, holy shit, maybe that message Rhys sent me like 3 weeks ago that I thought was spam is actually legit and he's got something to offer. So they all started to come back. So that's really what it looked like. It was like fire shotgun, like 10,000 shotguns, and out of them a few came back. Right?
Yeah, I love that.
Then we got into the game of, it was like I was spinning so many freaking plates left, right, and center behind me and everything that a lot of them started to fall off. Right, a lot of them started to fall off. So if there was one thing that I'd do differently, I probably still would have went for this shotgun approach and spoke to loads of people. But I would have made sure I probably was a bit more manageable in how I set them up and how I coached them and put them in touch with my upline, downline, financially linked, so they had a support accountability partner. Because there was no way I could have. I looked at it, the second month in Gab, I enrolled 13 people. I started in June. I was looking through July and it was 13 people. Being a second month network marketer, you don't know how to support 13 people in a month. Like shit, that's hard. You want to aim for 5. 5 is like the magic number. Do 5 a month, 6 a month, and you're doing great. So, 13 people 2 months in, it was just like shit was just going everywhere.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. I freaking love that, Rhys. And it's so true. Like, you sprinted, but you were hardly sleeping. Like, you were going hard. And, we all know that if you really want to get there, that is what it takes. Because when you're getting to executive, you need 10 consultants at the same time. You might have 3, or you might have 8, and then 1 drop off. And then, if you wait, you got 1 drop off, then another drop off. So you want to just hit them all at the same time. So you just got to go nuts. I love that. And when you were sending out that message to 500 people, what did that message look like? Like, did you first say, hey, how are you? Connect, or were you just like, hey, dude, I've started a business? Like, what was the message?
Yeah, it was literally probably about like 6 lines in your messenger with 3 links, and then be like, hey, Gabs, you've got to check this out. This is so exciting. I'm going to be earning residual income. I'm making money. I'm getting wicked health results. So many people are, getting awesome results. Here's a link. Check it out. And it was like Ice movie, Start Your Life, and, a YouTube clip of something. Like, yep. I'm not saying like, would I change a few little things now when I'm coaching people? Yeah. But like, it was like, it was nothing pretty. Trust me, it was nothing pretty. But like it was just like shotgun.
Yep. And I actually really love that, because how many people on this call can honestly say that you have sent a message like that out to like shitloads of people? Probably none of us, because we overcomplicate the shit out of it. We're like, oh, what do they want? And it's just like, hey guys, this is awesome. We're just saying, take a look. We're not saying, you have to, saying, take a look, I'm getting involved, it's going to be wicked, let me know if you want to be a part of it, start your life. When someone showed me the Start Your Life video for the first time, I was like, what the hell? What is this? It created curiosity for me. I was like, how are these young people living this epic life? Like, what the heck? So I really, really love that. Awesome. Okay, now, next question. You sprinted to executive. Now, a lot of people in the call are kind of sifting around manager, director, consultants, Why executive? Why is that so important? What did that... why is it important to get to executive?
I'll be completely honest, guys. Like, even right now, I'm not paid as exec right now, and it's killing me, because right now, if I was paid as exec, that would be like an extra $300-400 a week just in matching cycles, right? So like, I'm an open book. I'm not paid as exec right now, but because you get matching bonuses. You get the leadership pools. You get the bonus pools. You get to speak on stage. You get to it just opens up so many more. Your ISA derbies. It's the bee's knees of everything. And look, 100%. Like, if I was going to say that, I sit here and sprinkle some fairy dust and maybe I'll become executive. And shit, I would. It's not that easy, but it's fucking worth it. It's 100% worth it. And don't get me wrong. I'm pushing every single thing that I can. But as for why, it just opens up so much more money, so much more recognition, especially with celebration coming up. You get the what is it, crystal reception, where you get to go hang out with like Jim and Kathy Coover and Eric, and you drink champagne and wicked food and, get photos and get your little medals and stuff. Like it's sick. It's really, really cool. But yeah, it just opens up so much more money as well. I'm a red. It's money, and you get to do cool shit.
Yeah, it's so funny because I think you're like the same as me, Rhys. Like you're red when it comes to the business, you get shit done, but your motive is to make money so you can party and travel the world. So that's very similar, like red, but the driver is mad yellow, That's so cool. I love that. And for you guys that are new on the call, in case you didn't know, when you're an exec, so there's only 2 pay ranks, consultant and executive. So there's quite a few recognition ranks, consultant, manager, director, executive, but there's only 2 pay ranks, consultant and executive. As a consultant, you earn all your cycles, you earn bonuses for enrolling people, you earn rank advancement bonuses, right? You earn all that stuff. As an executive, on top of all that money, just for being paid as executive, the people who you personally enrolled who are consultants, whatever they earn in a week, you get a 10% match on their earnings. So at the moment, I think my personally enrolled consultants and executives, well, I've got one executive, they are earning a total of around 200 cycles between them. So because I'm paid as executive, I get my 50 cycles or whatever, plus another 20 cycles on top of that to give me 70 cycles a week because I'm executive. But if I wasn't executive, if I didn't have my 10 consultants, I wouldn't have that extra 20 cycles. And not only that, every week that you are paid as executive, you're in the leadership pools. And they actually start as director. Every week that you're either paid as director or executive, you are eligible to play in the leadership pools. I know Zola, who's on the call, earned $1,000 in December, and she was like, what the hell is this? Because she stayed paid as director and was growing her cycles each week. Like, well, not each week, but month on month, her average cycles for the month grew. So just executive is the starting, that's when you become a business builder. It's the start, because then you want to go 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star. But executive is where you are officially a business builder, otherwise you're just a sharer. So go for it, guys, and go for that extra money. Like, it's 10 people in the whole world who want to get paid for Isagenix and eat for free. You can definitely find them, but it's all about the number of people you talk to. Like Rhys said, he spoke to 500 people. I mean, how many of you guys have spoke to 500 people? Fire that message out. I'm going to fire out that message, that exact message that you sent me tonight, to probably about 50 people or 100. I'll see how I go. But that's it. You just got to go, because the people that are looking and open to hearing about this, they'll come back and go, holy shit, that looks awesome. I want to know more. The ones that aren't, you just won't hear back from, or maybe they'll even block you. It doesn't matter. But it all comes back to, how bad do you want this? How fast do you want that income? That's really important. I love that.
I just add on there as well, Gabs, like, for everyone, like, just think, what is the worst that can happen? Like, it gives me goosebumps. Like, just any situation that you're doing, whatever it is, what is the worst that can happen, and what's the best that can happen? Someone here in your Uber, right, and you got to say something like, have you heard of network marketing? Hey, I want to be upfront. Have you heard of network marketing? I was, my pool guy, right? I'm like, dude, do you like cleaning the pool in the rain? Like, is this what you want to be doing for the rest of your life? Like, do you love this? He's like, no, of course not. I'm like, have you heard of network marketing? He's like, no, of course not. I'm like, man, you work and you clean my pool, but what's your Facebook? I'll sort you out. I'll send you some stuff. So really, just like, what is the worst that can happen in any situation? What's the worst that can happen if you send a message out to 100 people?
Awesome.
Not a lot, right? Yeah, go for it.
I love that, Rhys. It's so good. Like, yeah, there's actually no bad side. The bad side of someone's like, hey, dude, it's not for me. It's like, okay, sick, next. Like, it is about the number of people you've talked to. So if you've only talked to 4 or 5 people about Isagenix, of course, it's literally, I mean, what would you say? Like 1 in 10 people would get started, or 1 in 20? Like what would you say is normal?
Yeah, it's usually one, like I say for people at the start, you know, you're looking 15 to 20 as you're sort of going through it, you know, 10 to 15. And then really, you know, then it's all about your skills, you know, it's about your skills. Same as any industry, you know, I was saying the Uber girl, I'm like, right, you go to university and you pay, you know, 60 odd $1,000 in 4 years and you don't get paid and you got to learn. I'm like, we learn along the way, right? Fail forward. Like me and Gabs are probably the biggest advocates for that there is, right? We're just like, shit, we got to catch everything, right? And we just fail forward. We do it. We do, we get in there. So yeah, like 100% learn the skills. But it's like, if you're just learning and you're not talking, you just, you know, it's right foot, left foot. Learning's left foot, doing's right foot. If you're just learning all the time, you just walk around in the circles, right? Same as if you're doing all the time, you're not actually learning, you're just going to be walking around in circles as well. You got to learn and do. Learn action. So I would encourage you guys, take 1 or 2 things away from this call and put it into action tonight. Like, do it. Like,
Awesome.
go.
I absolutely love that. And like I always say, there's in isogenics, there is no failure. There's success or learning, right? Success, learn, success, learn, success, learn. Because the only way to fail is to quit. Like, that's the only way. So if you just keep going and just keep learning, you're gonna get there eventually. If you talk to enough people, you are eventually gonna have massive success. There's no ifs, buts about it. That's the truth. That is so cool. Okay, next question. So obviously getting to executive, super important. You want to get that match, but how do you create consultants? You know, what are some of the things that you do to create consultants? Because you need 10 of them to be executives. So how do you create consultants? What's some advice?
You know, when I look back on it, and obviously same thing, guys, you know, like I said before, I'm not exec right now. So if I was an ultimate consultant maker, you know, Gab's an ultimate consultant maker. You know, if I was, I'd be back at exec, right? But the tips that I would give you as well is, you know, build that culture, help them if they're not, you know, I look back to when I was, you know, not that I'm not going fast now, but when I was really rock and rolling, and it was just pure excitement. You know, people were getting started. I was getting their photos. I was welcoming them. I was tagging them. They were getting results. I was screenshotting their message. You know, shout out to Nick that's, you know, shredded up after our, you know, 6-week challenge. Look at him. And even if it's a before and after, I'll just get one of his profile photos and tag him in it. If I'm just exuberant in my love towards Nick, it's going to be very hard for Nick to turn around and go, dude, what the fuck? Like, you know, sort of thing. So I'm like, same thing, right? It's like shotgun, boom, fire, shit. Is it okay? Right? That's just like what I do, right? They're not going to, but really it's just, you know, letting them know the money up front, letting them know that they can make $400 just for sharing with 2 people, letting them know that not everyone's going to do it. Like, shit, if everyone did, you know, we'd all be freaking, you know, millionaires and blah, blah, blah. So not everyone is going to do it, but you could always definitely let people know that it's an option. You just tell them, hey, look, I'm obliged to let you know. I'm so obliged to let you know because, you know, you can say if you were told at the start, cool. If you weren't told at the start, hey, I wasn't told at the start. And, you know, if I would have known that I could have got my products paid for, holy shit, right? I would have got the biggest pack on the second month instead of just getting my maintenance pack, right? Or if you were told at the start, hey, I was told at the start, and this was just like the biggest blessing in the world because I didn't know how I was going to pay for my phone bill next month. I wanted these bills so badly, but I just didn't know how I was going to pay the rent. Right. So when I knew about this, I was a man on a mission. I went out there and I made a couple $100, you know, in my 3rd week. You know, it took 5 posts, but I made it. Right. So
awesome.
Yeah, that's what, and then just, you know, if they are open to it, walking them through doing their starting post, you know, letting them know, hey, look, this is starting, you know, this is what most people do. You know, most people get their products paid for the second month in. Most people do a starting post. Most people absolutely love sharing cool shit with their friends and family. Most people care about their friends and family. Who do you know? Who do you know that would love better health? Who do you know? Right, make a list. Let's go. So that's probably my main tips. Yeah.
Yep. And when they so first thing you said was you do a post saying, hey Nick, you're crushing the system, rock it on, brother. And because you did that post and tagged him, his network see. Is that what you were meaning?
Yeah. So like, yeah, I would post it on my own thing and I'd tag him. And then a lot of that, so, you know, a lot of his mates will see that. A few of them might, and obviously you make it super authentic and you know, you can do whatever, you know, if you know a bit of Nick's background or whatever, you would, you know, you'd share that lightly without going full deep into it. But, you know, everyone loves seeing someone else give someone else praise. Like, I'm sure if you look at it, you know, I love when I see, Gabby do a shout out for one of her team because they've made $400. I see, Brendan DeSalis do a shout out for Morgan in, United Business ANZ. I'm like, fuck yeah, it's just so cool. Everyone loves seeing other people, give someone else praise. It makes us feel good. So, and then from there, if I would go through it, I'd be like, Nick, dude, who's Bob, Tom, and Jill? Like, who are these people? Do you think they'd be keen? Do you reckon they'd be open to making some money or not? Do you reckon they'd be open to, getting some better health? And I just go through and I'd be like, dude, if you're super busy, like we can message them together. Or I can put us all in a 3-way chat. I can, I'm really like, if you want me to help you, I will. Like, if you want me to help, I will. Because I know so many people may not see the vision yet. They may not see what you see. But if you can get them paid $400 and they go, well, holy shit, I just got paid $400 and Rhys just spoke to a few people and he done a post to me. Like, shit, imagine if I actually done some work, how much money I could make. So, if you can get people that like, freaking any money, even one enrollment, a $25 PRB, and they're like, holy shit, it's actually real. Like, there's money in my bank account. Right? That's going to fire them up.
I love that. Thank you so much. That's really awesome. And I was stalking your Facebook today and I was like, wow, like you really are amazing at recognition. And I noticed that you post a lot of, yes, you post transformations, but you post, hey, these are the top income earners in my team. You say, hey, these are the top 6 income earners in my team this week. So what are the other things you're posting regularly? Like, I love that you celebrate, hey, someone made $500 this week. So if you guys are thinking, how do I share the business? Even if you haven't even made a cent, you can celebrate someone else getting paid. And that's telling your network all about the opportunity for them to get paid as well. Makes sense? So what are some of the other things that you're posting regularly? I saw you posting, yes, health transformations. I saw you posting congratulating people on getting paid. But just as a rule of thumb, what are the kind of things that you try to cover in your social media? Because that is how a lot of us are building this business.
Yeah, actually as well, I know a lot of your teams over in New Zealand, Gabs, but there's a guy you guys can look at, Fraser Brooks. Write his name down, Fraser Brooks. He's a multiple 6-figure income earner in, I don't know what company, he doesn't really blurt it out, but he's doing a Facebook training over the week before celebration. So if you can, if you've got that time up, maybe you can get 10 days off or whatever and get that 5 days off in between. I believe it's a Saturday, Sunday. It's only $97. It's on the Gold Coast. So I would, if you've got that time, like for you as well, Gabs, like I think it's going to be freaking really, really cool.
I'm there.
Because he's so good at it. Like he's so good at Facebook algorithms, how it works, what it does, how to really build how to build a network marketing business on social media, not just like an affiliate marketing or this or that. Is like building a network marketing business on social media. So that's just one thing. But you got to get like, I'm so clear on my values, what I love to do. Right. So another thing, just from like a personal development standpoint for all you guys, do a values test. Gab, I can shoot you a value if the crew want it. I shoot you a values test, and really it's just a heap of things on a piece of paper, and it'll be like freedom, travel, fun, contribution, or it could be health, sick, it could be like health, body, beach, whatever. And what it does is once you start circling all these things without thinking too much, it gives you a clear understanding on what lights you up. And so for me, what lights me up is learning, right? Is coaching, is freedom, is travel, right? Travel, freedom, and is health, like health and beauty. Like that's what I love, my 4 things. So a lot of my stuff will always be around, I'm learning this, I'm giving advice, I'm educating, I'm coaching the team, shout outs to the team, amen to this dude, whatever. And then a lot of it is travel. Like, I'm always traveling. Even if you can't travel as much as 15 countries and 6 months abroad, just post about what you want, like what you want to, where your next place is. Or, a big tip is ask for inclusion in your posts. So ask for comments, ask for what would you do if you could make an extra $320 next week? Like all that kind of stuff. If you can always make your statement, give a bit of body to it that lets people know you've got something to offer, and then try to ask a question. Because the more people, and everyone loves to be like, you ask like, what's the best thing to do in Thailand? Everyone's like, I went quad biking and I done this and I done that. Like everyone loves to give their 2 cents, right? Everyone wants to be seen. And more people that comment on your stuff, the more people that get seen by in your network. So that's just how the Facebook algorithms work. So as what I'm posting, that's mostly, it's travel, it's a few inspirations things, it's shout outs, it's yeah, really just that mostly. What I learn, what I coach, I travel, and me at the gym and, before and afters and bits and pieces.
I
Pretty
love
much.
that. It's so cool. And I really recommend a lot of you guys go and follow Rhys on Facebook, because I see his posts and I'm like, far out, man. If I was in an Isogenics, I'd message this guy right now and be like, join our mofo. Like it's just like, it really aligns with me, what he is posting about, I guess, because we have similar values. So that's really, really cool. Awesome. Thanks, brother. Okay. This question now is actually from me. So I noticed how you're doing that like money mindset 2018 thing. You're like, hey, who wants to do a new money mindset? Like, what is that a coaching thing for your team, or is that a prospect a thing? What is that?
Yeah.
And what is that tool all about? Because it sounds cool, and it sounds like maybe something that people in our team could be doing as well for their people. Or what is that about?
Yeah. So really what I've learned, especially the last couple of months, and when we got promotions and we've always got a reason to go back, right? Like your follow-ups should always be intentional. Always give value when you're following up. Hey, we've got this, January jolt or the summer kickoff, or we got, free membership for terminated accounts or whatever it may be. Hey, we got free membership, we got free shipping, whatever it is. You're just letting people know, hey, I'd hate for you to miss out. I'm not sure where you're at. But what it does do, it sort of gives you a closing as well. Like it's got to be in before the 31st of December. It's got to be in before this. So we ran like a big bod squad thing recently as well. And that was the same. It was, I tell the crew, I'm like, guys, this is going to be over a sort of 2 to 3 week thing. Right now, like week 1, we're just going to start creating curiosity, still having your conversations, keep doing what you're doing, still close those people that are coming through that you've been speaking to for the last 6 months, because that's usually how long people will take. Don't expect people to sign up on day 2, right? People will be watching. People watch for ages. So keep having those conversations, but kind of like a 3, it's like, hey, start creating curiosity. You'll start to have people, hey, what is this bod squad? What's the bod squad? What's money mindset? What's this all about, right? And you start keeping track of those people, and then week 2 will be conversation week. So this is where you're really going to go out there. And you're going to, hey, Gab, I'm not sure if it's for you or not. I know you're a super motivated girl. You're out there, you're hustling. You're so full of inspiration. I love your attitude. I love you, the aura that you give off. I think you would absolutely love what we're doing. We're doing this money mindset program. It's going to really teach you a few things. So what I'm doing, and really it ends, it's the same thing. You're giving value. So all I'm sort of doing that course, Gab, is just educating people about network marketing. Right. So this I'm going, like, guys, we're doing a money mindset course. I'm going to walk you through, I've spent 6 figures on personal development over the last few years. I've got a lot of knowledge up in here. I'm going to be giving that to you guys with a few of my other team that have done it also. So we're going to be talking about your own self-limiting beliefs, your own money mindset, what you believe. I was on a phone call to a guy last night. He's like, yeah, I can't wait. I'm going to be on 150 grand a year. It's going to be so good. I'm like, dude, what if we add a 0 to that? He's like, what? I'm like, what if we add a 0 to that? Like, come on, what, you think you're only worth 150 grand a year? Like, dude, I gave up 250 grand a year. I wouldn't get out of bed for 200 grand a year. Like, come on. Why do you only think you're... So we're working on people's money mindset, and then really just letting them know about, hey, look, I suppose I've been involved in franchising, small business, shares, property, blah, blah, blah. So I'm sort of just saying, hey, look, we're going to, this is part of it. But really, once they're in the group, I'm like, yeah, property is great, but have you got $60,000 to go invest in it? Is that how you really... Like, for me, I'm 7 years, 8 years, 9 years into my property journey, and I got a pretty substantial portfolio, but it still doesn't give me freedom. So is that really a vehicle you want to chase? Like, maybe later, but you need to get some money first, right? Your job, what are you going to do? Work for the rest of your life? Shares, like that shit's volatile as all hell. Franchising, like, yeah, you're sort of always at a capped income, and you're always doing a lot of work. You still got to deal with your staff. You got to deal with all this shit. You still got to work. You still got to, check in and blah, blah, blah. So really all that is an education thing. So, like it's just a rebranding of what we're already doing. But same thing, offering value, and it gives me a reason to go follow up with other people as well. Hey, Nick, not sure if this would be for you, man, but we're doing this money mindset. I know we spoke a while ago about the business and how you told me that you wanted to make an extra couple $100 so you could buy that new bike. Man, I think you'd absolutely love this program. Teach you everything about what exactly we do and how we make money. We're going to talk about shares, we're going to talk about property, we're going to share about network marketing, my favorite, and we're just going to see if this would be for you or not. And then obviously we align that back to the products. And so if everyone that wants to be part of that, I'm like, cool, we're big on network marketing. That's how I generate, majority of my income right now. For you to get started, we just got to start and look at, and then I ask this question, guys. I'm like, if you could change one thing about your health, what would it be? in the next, yes, you want to do this, you want to make money, but seriously, let's go back to your health. If you could change one thing about your health in the next, 90 days, what would it be? And then they tell me, I'm like, cool, well, wicked. This is the pack I'd recommend. You got two options, ultimate pack or premium. Which one?
Awesome.
And then you go through breaking down the price, right? And that's how that conversation flows.
Yep, cool. And when you go through breaking down the price, because you probably do it differently to me, are you going through what are you currently spending, or are you saying this is it per day, da da da?
Yes, I'll be like, cool. You know what? Like and they say, what are two things? What's something you really want to change about your health? And they're like, oh, I want to lose some weight. I'm like, cool. Well, how much weight do you want to lose? They're like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, give me a number. Like, 10 kilos. I'm like, where from? Like, where? Like, my belly. I'm like, how long have you been trying to lose that weight for? Like, oh, fuck, 6 years. I'm like, sick. What have you tried? They're like, oh, this and that. Or maybe they're like, nothing. Right? They're like, I've just been going to the gym. I'm like, well, do you know much about nutrition and how it works, especially nutritional cleansing?